Welcome to our video on the silent danger of idle cash and why your savings might be losing money. In this episode, we'll explore how inflation quietly erodes purchasing power, why letting money sit in low-interest accounts is risky, and how to take practical, anxiety-free steps to protect and grow your money. We'll use simple language, clear steps, and automation to make it easy. Let's get started. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll define the problem of idle cash. Next, we'll explain how inflation reduces the real value of your money. Then, we'll walk through the fastest fix, moving cash into a high-interest savings account. After that, we'll set up automation to reduce anxiety and improve consistency. We'll cover emergency funds and then discuss simple growth using index funds, or ETFs. Finally, we'll consolidate everything into a clear action roadmap and test your understanding with quick quizzes. Before we proceed, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Interest rates, product names, and deposit insurance schemes vary by country and bank. Examples are illustrative and may not reflect current market conditions. Always verify details with your financial institution and consider consulting a licensed professional for personal advice. With that noted, let's move on to understanding the problem. Idle cash in a low-interest checking account can feel safe, but inflation continuously erodes what your money can purchase. The flowchart shows idle cash leading to lower purchasing power, which in turn results in shrinking real wealth. There's also the opportunity cost, which represents the returns you forego by not moving to higher yield, low-risk options like insured high-interest savings accounts. Let's quantify this effect next. Inflation refers to the rise in prices over time. As prices rise, each dollar buys less. Many checking or current accounts pay very little interest, often a fraction of a percent. If you earn 0.01%, while inflation is 3% or more, your purchasing power declines. Even if your account balance stays the same, your real wealth shrinks. The good news is that you can meaningfully reduce this drag by moving idle cash to a high-interest savings account. We'll show how to do this step by step. This table uses illustrative numbers. A typical checking account might pay 0.01%. A high-interest savings account might pay around 4.5%. Though actual rates vary. If inflation is around 3%, the approximate real return from the HISA would be about 1.5%. While not guaranteed, this demonstrates how moving cash from a near-zero account to a higher-yield insured account can change the trajectory of your money. Always check current rates and terms. To keep things simple, you can estimate the real return by subtracting the inflation rate from the interest rate you earn. If your high-interest savings account pays 4.5% and inflation is around 3%, the rough real return is approximately 1.5%. This isn't a precise calculation because inflation and compounding vary, but it's good enough to guide decisions without complex math. A bucket strategy helps you organize money by purpose. Keep a small portion, for example 5%, in checking for daily spending. Hold an emergency fund in a high-interest savings account, say around 15%, covering 3 to 6 months of expenses over time. Allocate short-term goals, such as upcoming big purchases, also to a high-interest savings account. Finally, direct the majority of long-term funds to diversified, low-cost index funds, or ETFs. Percentages are examples, not prescriptions. Adjust to your needs. First, list all your accounts and balances. Next, identify how much cash you actually need for the next 30 to 60 days. Then, open or locate a high-interest savings account that's insured under your country's scheme, for example, FDIC, NCUA, or equivalent. Initiate a transfer of surplus funds from your checking to the HISA. Maintain a lean buffer in your checking account only for bills and daily transactions. This single move dramatically reduces cash drag. Now that the leak is plugged, let's make it automatic. Quiz time. The question is, what is the primary risk of keeping large sums in low-interest checking accounts? Option A, market volatility. Option B, inflation eroding purchasing power. Option C, bank fees eliminating all balance. Option D, identity theft. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B, inflation eroding purchasing power. The key issue isn't market volatility when your cash is idle in checking. It's the ongoing reduction in what your money can buy. While fees and security risks matter, The persistent and predictable drag is inflation. That's why moving to an insured high-interest savings account is the crucial first step. To reduce decision fatigue and anxiety, automate the process. Choose a predictable transfer date, such as the day after payday. Set a fixed amount to move from checking to your high-interest savings account. Use your bank's automation features to enable recurring transfers. Review quarterly to ensure the amounts still match your income, spending, and goals. Automation removes emotion and inconsistency, leading to better outcomes over time. With automation in place, let's secure your emergency fund and plan for growth. Your emergency fund should cover 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Store this money in an insured high-interest savings account to balance safety and liquidity. Continue automatic contributions until you reach your target. Use the fund only for true emergencies like job loss or urgent repairs. If you draw from it, prioritize refilling it. Once this safety net is in place, you can allocate additional cash to long-term growth without undue stress. For long-term growth, broad market index funds, or ETFs, offer diversification and low fees. They aim to match market performance with minimal effort and knowledge required. In contrast, individual stock picking concentrates risk and often involves higher costs and significant research. Most investors do not consistently beat the market after fees. Therefore, once your emergency fund is in place, directing surplus cash to low-cost index funds, or ETFs, is a straightforward, behaviorally friendly strategy. Here's a simple 90-day plan. On day 1, move surplus cash to your high-interest savings account. In the first week, set up automatic transfers from checking to HISA. Over weeks 2 through 8, build your emergency fund steadily. Between weeks 9 and 12, begin investing any additional surplus in low-cost index funds, or ETFs. Each quarter, review your setup and adjust based on income, expenses, and goals. This roadmap balances speed, safety, and simplicity. Second quiz. How large should an emergency fund typically be? Option A, 1 week of expenses. Option B, 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. Option C, 1 year of income. Option D, a fixed $1,000 regardless of lifestyle. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B, 3 to 6 months of essential expenses. This range provides a cushion against income shocks or unexpected costs, while keeping funds accessible in an insured high-interest savings account. The exact number of months depends on job stability, dependence, and risk tolerance. This flowchart illustrates a healthy cash flow design. Income first lands in checking, maintaining only a small daily buffer. An automated transfer moves funds to the high-interest savings account to cover emergency and short-term goals. Any surplus, once the emergency fund target is met, flows into low-cost index funds, or ETFs, for long-term growth. A quarterly review loop feeds back into the system to adjust transfer amounts, top up the emergency fund if used, and rebalance investments when necessary. These are the core takeaways. Idle cash loses value to inflation. Move surplus funds to an insured high-interest savings account as a first step. Automate transfers to reduce anxiety and improve consistency. Build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. Allocate remaining funds to diversified, low-cost index funds, or ETFs, for growth. Review quarterly, keeping the approach simple and disciplined. To wrap up, act today by moving idle cash into a high-interest savings account. This week, set and verify your automatic transfers. Over the quarter, complete your emergency fund. After that, begin consistent contributions to low-cost ETFs. Keep it simple, keep it automated, and review quarterly. In a moment, we'll close with a friendly request to help this channel and hear your experiences. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like the video, share it with someone who keeps too much in checking, and subscribe for more simple, actionable money guides. In the comments, tell us your next money move. Whether it's opening a high-interest savings account or turning on automation, your story might inspire someone else.